All right, 3 free Major League Baseball plays coming up for Tuesday. $5 Tuesday at WagerTalk.com. In fact, Mark, some bad luck on Monday. A case of the Mondays. I'd say that, but that would make me a terrible person, as they say in the movie Office Space. So we are looking forward. Obviously, the NBA Finals tomorrow. We talked a little bit about that yesterday, but we've got 3 plays for the people today that are looking pretty good, in my opinion.
Well, the ones you picked would look pretty good. I got nothing, guys. It's a bad run. It's been a bad run the entire baseball season. So I don't have much to offer. I'm really pissed you guys all missed my Wedding Crashers reference yesterday. Nobody got it. Very disappointed in the comment section. Thought that you guys would have picked up on that. Nobody did. So, but it was that kind of night. And yeah. So, fade me, bro. Fade me.
Well, speaking of weddings, again, our best to our wonderful producer, Dan Alexander. Just to peel back the curtain here a little bit, Zinno, we're producerless. This is the first time the morning wager has ever gone
I'm also
unsupervised by
winless.
WagerTalk.com.
So, it works.
You actually, that's not true. You had a win yesterday.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You were 1-2 yesterday.
Well, 1 and
I
2.
was 0-1. I was winless on Monday. And look, here on this program, you always say it. I always say it. Okay? When we win, we talk about it. When we lose, we talk about it. As hot as I tweeted this as soon as the loss happened last night. As hot as I am in the NBA playoffs right now, guys, and it's 8 straight winners. You can go get number 9 at my page, wt.buzz/BP. I am as cold. I am as hot as I am there. I am that cold in MLB. Last night's team total on the Blue Jays under 4.5. A play which I had to take down, Mark, because it was gone. They adjusted the team total to 3.5. You would have had to pay an enormous amount of juice to play Toronto under 4.5 by the time first pitch rolled around that game. One of the worst baseball losses of the season for me. It did not get off to a good start the game because Toronto scored 2 runs early. It was 2-0. But let's fast forward all the way to the 8th inning. It's still 2-0. That's 3-0 in the top of the 8th. Okay, it's the 8th inning. Let's just not give up one more run and we can go home. St. Louis scores 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th. That's not great. With 2 outs, I might add. It's not great, but okay. All right, St. Louis, now I'm rooting for you. Just don't give up a run in the top of the 9th. They gave up a run in the top of the 9th. Thing goes to extras, of course. Toronto gets their 5th run and wins it in extras. Just brutal. The confluence of things that had to go wrong for me to lose that bet over the final inning and a half, dare I say, downright comical.
Well, I mean, Arizona, Seattle goes to
Oh, you're going to raise me. Yes, with your half of the double play, yes.
Yeah, all Arizona had to do was just put the ball in play somewhere, and it ends 5-4 and stays under 9.5. Guy hits a freaking grand slam. You can't make this shit up. It's just miserable.
That it was. All right.
Miserable.
That was yesterday. Again, let us focus on the positive. Let us center ourselves.
I'm positive. I suck.
Okay, stop it. I think you're a good man. And we're going to talk. Let's talk about something positive. Yesterday on this very program, for my half of the double play, I gave out Rays team total over 4.5. Thought they'd get to Bryan Bayo. They did get to Bryan Bayo. That wound up being a high-scoring game. I know you just said, hey, why not just take the over in this full game? That was the best bet of them all because the Rays and Red Sox wound up combining for, 18 runs? So, taking a page from yesterday, Mark, your half of the double play as we get to that right now is Rays team total over 4.5 as you think Tampa Bay, who's been hot, continues to score.
Yeah, well, the only thing that sucks as bad as I do right now is Lucas Giolito, Red Sox starter, whose ERA is 6.42, his whip is 1.63, and dude gives up a lot of runs, gives up a lot of barrels, as they say. Look, he has had 3 good starts against the hapless Orioles offense, against the hapless Royals offense, and against the hapless Braves offense, although they scored last night. Nonetheless, we were wrong on that one. Any other competent offense has been able to put up runs on against him at will, and I think we get it again here. The Rays are a team that has scored the second most runs in all of Major League Baseball since May 19th and have hit the most home runs in baseball since May 19th. So we're pushing up almost on a month right now This is a team that is top 10 in batting average. They're second in OPS, and they're number one in WRC plus over that same span. Ray's bats are hitting the snot out of the baseball. Giolito's not a good starter. And you have a Red Sox bullpen last night that had a lot of work to do because Bayo was not good. So this is a bullpen that's limited. They used 4 guys who threw at least 15 pitches last night. So they've been taxed over the course of the weekend. And this is a Red Sox bullpen that Tampa Bay will still get a chance to take advantage of. So fade me, bro. Tampa Bay over 4.5.
I will not fade you, Mark Zinno. As a matter of fact, I'm going to smash that like button because I agree with you. If you all feel the same, please smash that like button as well. And it's kind of interesting. I guess we're just channeling each other from yesterday. I would say that not only do I agree with your play here, I would, again, look to take this game over the total. I think the Red Sox generally
The Red
score
Sox
as
are the
better.
highest scoring team in baseball since May 19th.
There you go. So you got 2 teams. Tampa Bay feels like a playoff team. Thoughts?
Too early to tell. I don't know if their pitching holds up. The problem with playing Tampa Bay tonight is like Pepio is pitching. Like as far as the game is concerned, the dude's given up 12 bombs this year,
Again,
13 starts, and this is a Red Sox team again that scores a ton at home. Like it's just a bad recipe. I think the game goes over, but I don't like betting the same thing in back-to-back plays because I played the over last night. So
okay, so we'll
but
just
again,
modify it a little bit.
What do I know? I mean, and here's the thing too about Pepio. Like here's the interesting. Over the course of the last month, in 4 of his last 5 starts, he's faced the same team twice in Toronto and Houston. Like he hasn't really faced a different opponent, and so it just the numbers. And then he faced Texas, right? Like he just
another team that struggles to score.
I think he's pitching above his head from where he was in the beginning part of the year. That's just me.
Okay. Comment down below with your thoughts on Ryan Pepio. Do you think the Tampa Bay Rays can be a playoff team? Will they go over their 4.5 runs tonight? A lot of questions, a lot of things for you all to comment on. Here's more to comment on, as a matter of fact, as I turn to my half of the double play. White Sox Astros under 7.5. Zinno, do you remember when Lance McCullers came back to the Astros rotation and he got absolutely bombed by Cincinnati? He got 1 out and gave up 7 runs. Was getting death threats, which is the fact people do that. I mean, come on, get a grip, people. All right? And people were like, this guy's not a major league pitcher. Well, have you seen what McCullers has done since then? 4 starts. He's pitched over 20 innings and given up just 7 runs total. Only 5 earned. And his last 3 starts, Zinno, 27 strikeouts in 16 1/3 innings pitched. Last time out, he went 6 innings, okay, and he allowed just 2 hits, did not give up a run. I remember that game fondly because I bet him against the Pittsburgh Pirates. It was a nice underdog win. Here, I think McCullers keeps it going. Why? He's facing a Chicago White Sox team that is 29th in baseball. Of course, there are only 30 teams overall in scoring. The only team that scores fewer runs per game on the road is, of course, the Colorado Rockies. Then you look at the other half of the equation, okay, for Smith starting, the rookie, Shane Smith starting for the White Sox, got a great ERA, okay, to start his career. Unfortunately, he hasn't been getting the wins because he's pitching on a bad team, but nevertheless, I think he can do his job as well, limit the Astros. It's a low total, I get it, guys. But 7's the key number. So I'll play under 7.5. White Sox Astros, my half of the double play. Any thoughts there?
I would do what BP says.
$5 Tuesday at WagerTalk.com. That means it is $5 picks from your favorite handicappers, including Mark and I. Have you made a decision on what you will be handing out for $5 Tuesday, sir?
Save your $5. Go give it to Brian Power. That's
okay,
my decision.
That's we're certainly in one of those moods today, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not in a mood. I'm just giving people the raw truth.
Okay.
I am bad right now.
I will say this. I will have a $5 play in baseball, but the play that I think I would direct more of you to, because like I said, I'm very cold in baseball right now. Okay. Let's not sugarcoat that one iota. But as cold as I am in baseball, I'm as hot. I am that hot in the NBA. And like I said at the Open, 4% best bet for Game 3. Of course, that game is being played on Wednesday. That is up as well. So check it out. 8 straight winners in the NBA playoffs. 2-0 in the finals. We had Indiana's first half team total under in Game 1 and OKC team total over in Game 2. We look to make it 9 in a row with this best bet. All right. Speaking of best bet,
I won't be betting the NBA playoffs again.
Not again. You won't be doing it all. You're done. You're folding the tent for the season?
Think so.
Okay.
Be a player prop. That's about it. But
Okay.
I'd still lay the 5
Something.
for Oklahoma City. But nonetheless.
I'll talk about this tomorrow. A little tease for the show tomorrow. There is a trend, a historical trend that certainly supports your belief that laying the points with Oklahoma City.
I don't need a
is
trend.
the way to
Oklahoma
go.
City's a better team by a wide margin.
It's certainly another
This
fun
line
way
should be
to get.
6.5.
I
6 or
tend to
6.5.
concur. I tend to concur. All right. Best bet time for today, Tuesday, June 10th. Let's take a look at the Mets and Nationals here. This game at beautiful Citi Field, which we talked about last week. The Mets, they have been scoring a lot of runs as of late, Mark. Now, it helps when you face the Colorado Rockies pitching staff for a large part of the last 10 games. Nevertheless, here, they're taking out Mackenzie Gore, who has not given up any runs his last 2 starts. He's probably due to give up a couple here, facing a strong Mets lineup. And we're also getting the Mets against that lousy Nationals bullpen. So late in the game, even if they, and you could do your nerd voice if you'd like in just a moment, even if the Mets don't get all 9 at-bats in this game, they're going to get some licks against a bad Nationals bullpen. So we think the Mets should not have any problem scoring 5 runs in this game. I know you brought up before the show Griffin Canning, who starts for New York here. He gets a lot of run support. So a lot of signs point to the Mets offense continuing to roll in this one.
Yeah, 5.6 runs of support per start. You got a Mets team that's 6th in OPS or 7th in OPS and 6th in WRC plus since that May 19th span. And guys, the May 19th wasn't arbitrary. Just I know I brought it up a couple of times, but you know, you always, when I go back, I always start on a Monday because it starts a fresh series after a weekend. And, you know, I'm trying to get at least a 2-week sample size and watching it grow, right? Because that's kind of, when it comes to Major League Baseball, depending on who you play over the course of a week, when you play 2 series, 1 week isn't enough. You need to get to 2 and see if you've had a home and a road split across 2 weeks. So, and I try to avoid really looking at teams that had one of those 10-game road trips. So they played 10 on the road and 3, you know, or at home. That's why I went back to May 19th, just so everybody understands the logic here. You're getting a varied sample size across, you know, span of at least 2 weeks, if not longer. So it just wasn't some arbitrary number I threw on the wall. Then again, I'm getting everything wrong, so don't listen to a word I'm saying. Beyond that, the other thing, too, I would add here is that Mackenzie Gore faced the Mets twice last year, lost them both, and had a 6.75 ERA. So this is a guy who, for as good as he's been, I really do like Mackenzie Gore. Has not requited himself well against the Mets in the past, and the Mets handle left-handed pitching pretty well overall. And they don't strike out a ton. In fact, they have the 4th lowest K rate since May 19th against lefties. So Mackenzie Gore's best opportunity is to get strikeouts, and the Mets don't do that against lefties. So there is that.
Okay. It's the best bet. New York Mets team total over 4.5. That will do it for us here on the program today, unless is there anything else perhaps you would like to share?
No, I mean, I'll put out a $5 play, but
good.
You know, that's about it.
And I think you guys all should get it because Mark's going to turn it around. He's being very hard on himself today.
I think you guys should go live in a realistic world.
I think you're being incredible.
Wait till I get on a hot streak and then get involved.
I think you're being very hard on yourself, sir.
No, I'm being very accurate.
Okay. All right.
Guess who's not sweating right now? Sports folks. When I make a bet, they're not sweating. smiling.
Oh, they're not sweating.
No, they're smiling. Oh, he made another one. Yay. We're going to get money.
You know, I'm smiling right now because I think I ran the show well today. Beyond the board, all these controls. Any comments there?
Push a couple of buttons. Relax.
You're not being
It's not really that difficult.
Dan Alexander, we miss you. And love you, quite frankly.
No, he doesn't.
All right, everybody. Cash your tickets. We'll see you tomorrow.